Another one bites the dust. Crypto firm Genesis preparing to file for bankruptcy. The news comes 2 weeks after Genesis laid off about 30% of its staff. Yahoo Finance's David Hollerith has the details. Yet another one, David.
Yeah, since pausing withdrawals November 16th, Genesis Global Capital has sought funding, and it's more than 300,040 creditors have organized, and they're in at least three major creditor groups, but bankruptcy hasn't happened yet, and many are actually confused as to why. It's been more than 2 months since Genesis paused withdrawals. A document shared with us today shows that creditors and the other side of the equation, Genesis and DCG, have been in talks for the last week. Over the weekend, Genesis, who's sort of serving as the middle ground in this case, delivered a proposal that both sides are currently drafting a term sheet based on that proposal. Now, for creditors, this isn't just about getting as much money from Genesis as possible. There's likely a shortfall. So the remaining assets come down to how much money they can attain from DCG. DCG has millions of dollars in loans it owes to Genesis. So what is being talked about currently, according to the document, is obviously a liquidation of Genesis's current assets, but there also may be a forbearance period set for certain payments of up to 2 years. In exchange, there would also be some cash payments on the front end and possibly equity in DCG. Again, this is Genesis's parent company who owes Genesis money.
All right, David, we also want to talk about Coinbase. Shares off just over 6% today. The big headline, though, the company's stopping its operations in Japan. What do you think is behind that decision?
Yeah, so last week they announced 20% layoff, 950 people, about 20% layoff of Coinbase's staff. So this looks like a continuation of that. From what we understand and what the company's laid out, they're trying to reduce their operating expenses between Q4 and Q1 of 2023 by about 25%. So what we're expecting from this situation is that, the Japan operation is part of that. Again, the company didn't say that they are closing the business yet, although that's obviously speculated and talked about from such an announcement.
All right, David Holler, thanks so much for bringing us those headlines.